Okay, welcome to the October 24th meeting, Budget Committee meeting. Tonight we have the town clerk, the deputy town clerk, the election budget, and the tax collector. So who would like to start? Dee Dee, you want to start?
Sure.
Which one would you like to start with? Just pick one.
Okay, hold on. What's first in my pile of
First in your
papers?
packet. For me, it's an easy click of a button.
All right. So I have deputy tax collector, town clerk first in my pile. I know she sent one, and then I sent one.
Yeah, I'm using the one attached to your email.
Okay.
So
I have both of them, so which one is that?
it has the dollar raise plus COLA. So it looks like she's looking to get a merit increase as well as the COLA increase.
Yes.
Is that, okay?
So this year she was making $23 an hour. I put her in for 24, so I gave her $1. And of course the cost of living with that. And then
Okay.
she's asking for 25.
And she's at, okay, so you're putting her in for 24, she's asking for 25. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think it's like $24.60
Okay,
with the cost of living on mine, and then hers is 25, so it's different.
it's a little bit different. Okay. And then she's got her, and then FICA is, I can't do anything about that, that's the social security tax. And then she does get earned paid leave under.
She does. Hers and mine are really different.
They
So
are.
I don't know if I messed up or if she messed up. One of us messed up.
But one of the things that we had talked to the selectmen about is taking the earned paid leave out of your budgets and putting it in its own separate article. And the reason for that is, let's say, for example, altogether, every employee in the town that has earned paid leave, it's $50,000. If you guys don't, if we don't spend that full $50,000, it rolls back into the general fund, right? But if we can put it in a designated account and we only spend 20,000 of the 50, that means we only have to replenish 20,000 and not the full 50.
They do complain about that. Don't be afraid of the microphone. Just mic check, mic check.
So you may see your budget change because we're taking the earned time off out. I just want to tell department heads that. That is one of, so that way we're not constantly raising that full amount. It's almost like it's a dedicated account that we will just replenish what we use for that. Because the max you can carry over is 40 hours. I mean, once you reach that 40 hours, you don't earn any more time. So that was one of the things that we had talked to the selectmen about doing.
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you know that if you see this odd number here, like, why is this so much less? It's the earned time we're trying to navigate through.
Okay.
Okay?
How far is she in her training?
She did quite a few workshops this year.
Has she completed yet?
Oh, yes. Complete. We have to take so many. I mean, she's done all of motor vehicle. All of motor vehicle. She went to the elections. Did she do elections with me? Lord have mercy. She went to inland fisheries with me. She did tax collector, treasurer with you. So yeah, she's there. She's not doing everything in the office yet. So hence my hesitation to give her 25. That's why I gave her $1, because she has done quite a few workshops. So
Does she have the, you'll have to excuse me, but I know there's certain certifications that you have to have from the state.
yes,
She's taken
she's
all
there.
of
She can
those?
be left alone.
Okay, she's taken all of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Vitals, we haven't gone into vitals yet. And elections, she's doing minimal election things. Everything together is very overwhelming, so
Yeah,
we need to get her to be 100% on one thing or another and then go from there, because learning a little bit here and there through it all, it does. It's mind-boggling going from one thing to another, because we're constantly a lot of multitasking.
well, and you're not, it's not a consistent practice that you do every day, right? You're not doing elections every day.
Correct.
You're doing them at certain intervals.
Yes, we're starting to do dogs again. This
Right,
is
because it's,
example A, and I went to do a dog yesterday, and I'm doing elections for the last 2 weeks, and I forgot how to do a dog. Yeah, I know, sounds silly, but I'm looking at the screen going, and you do, that's what happens, so.
all right. Any other questions for Dee Dee on the deputy? Okay. Do we want to move on to your budget?
Sure. The only thing I did different was give me the cost of living. That's the only thing I changed. I'm not asking
Okay.
for any more.
So that's easy enough. I mean, it's pretty much your travel and your supplies and your advertising.
That all
So-
is staying the same. I didn't
Okay,
change anything on that.
all right. And then I didn't notice anything on elections really that was drastic either.
Yeah, I noticed you guys had taken out, that was one thing last year. I didn't realize you took it out. How's that?
Was it the special ballots?
So yeah, you had 500 and I'd asked for 2,000 for the moderator slash wardens for the March, June, November, and then possibly one extra if that was ever called to order. So it's $5. The moderator would be happy with that one, $500 per election.
Okay,
And then, of course, if we have any open town meetings, I'm doing $100 per election, hopefully only 2 get called, if any.
and your election supplies, those are your ballots that you feed into the machines?
Ballots, and then the electronic sticks that they use for the ballot machines, they program those, and we get the bill. So, just like the ballots alone for this election was $2,600. So, you have to take an account for all the elections plus the hardware.
Right, because there's at least 3 elections, right? Or
Yes.
2? Is there 3 because there's a primary or something?
Yeah,
or-
March, June, and November. And then you may have one if the select board call one
For a
for
special?
any type of reason. That's the plus one.
Okay. And this election, you probably had to order ballots for every, well, you have to order ballots for every citizen anyway, right? Regardless.
Not everybody votes.
Right, but you have to plan on that.
This time around, you technically know if it's a hot topic, you're gonna get the voters to come in, and this is one of those elections, so. Yes, I didn't order the full 2,700. There is going to be more. We normally get about maybe 140, 150 people that register that day. So there will be, it's gonna incline, but I have about 2,500 ballots for both state and town.
Okay.
It has happened before that we've had to photocopy them because we did run out. So, you just hand count? I know, I don't like it either.
It's just not a productive use of your time to hand count if we
Yes.
don't have to. So the cost is either you buy the ballots or you pay an election clerk to hand count.
Correct.
That's your trade-off, so, okay. Any questions?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, last year, it was brought up that you guys were going to be open more, and it never happened. And, you know, we're kind of watching times for salaries and things like that.
Okay,
You're one of the only 2 people not doing time cards.
okay,
Is there a reason for it?
for salary?
So if you work 20 hours, you still earn the full-time salary?
Absolutely. We're salary, so there's no hourly. Like I said, I'm like, if I was hourly these last 2 weeks, I'd be getting one heck of a paycheck, let me tell you.
That's what I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, there's pros and cons to salary and hourly, and times like these, it's a good thing I'm salary, so other times, yeah, probably hourly would be more sufficient.
Beneficial to the taxpayers?
Maybe. I'm not gonna say yes, I'm not gonna say no, but let me tell you.
Do you think that the town would benefit? You used to be open on a Saturday years ago, and I was just gonna say, I mean, would that benefit the town, or did you find that it kind of faded off, if you will?
At the end, it was. That's why we stopped at COVID hit, and we just said it wasn't worth it anyway, because you'd be sitting there for 4 hours and you get 2 people. Right now, they can go online if it's a re-registration. If not, we always do make time. If somebody can't make it and we know there's somebody else in the building, we wait for them. If they need to come up, happens a lot in the summertime. A seasonal will come in, the only time they can get here is a Saturday morning. We meet them here on a Saturday morning and we do it. There's no questions asked. We're very easygoing. So we're here 1 to noon. I mean, yeah, right. 9 to noon, and I know, right?
Just 1 to noon.
I'm not thinking. 9 to noon and 1 to 4:45, Monday through Friday. We're one of the last towns around here that are open 5 days a week. So we did try to brainstorm and think of a night that we could be here, but not one of our schedules can do that and have 2 people here. So
Now that Anastasia's fully trained, did you stagger lunch breaks?
we
was talking about that too, yeah.
So that way you're always open, if you guys someone went from, 11:30 to 12:30, and then somebody went from 12:30 to 1:30.
Like I said, is like today and tomorrow, Anastasia's not gonna be here, because she's
Right.
gone to workshop. Her and I here, we can still stagger as long as someone else is in the building, but I mean.
if one of us is sick or something comes up, then now you have an issue. So, I mean, this has been working. We have a few people that complain, but then again, we have people coming in on Mondays and Fridays and want to register things because Newfield and Waterboro isn't open, so.
And I was gonna say, can you take other towns' registrations?
If it's not excise.
It's not excise
Anything to
tax.
do with excise, we cannot do it. We say, I'm sorry. Yeah, if, like COVID, we did, when Newfield shut down, they had COVID, so, but you have to have the approval of the state, you have to have the approval of both select boards to do that. So it's not like you can just do it on a whim.
Right. Okay.
But we can, like I said, we can try that in the meantime and sell those.
Yeah, I just don't know how many people can come in on a lunch break, you know what I mean?
I
Run
said,
over
but
here.
for the 3 of us, we are here 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. That office is open, unlike some other offices around here. If some customer walks in, there's somebody that can help you. Again, unlike some offices around here. So things have to change around here. I am gonna say that. I've said it once, and I'm gonna say it about 1,000 times until something gets changed, but
Okay.
that's not my budget.
No, any other questions, Lori? No? Okay. I'm all set as well, so you're good.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
And Judy is here. She did not have any changes to her budget last year, so, but she's here to answer any questions that you may have regarding her budget. But again, there was no increase to the budget. She's looking to stay the same. Okay. Any questions for Judy?
Can I just speak just a couple?
Yeah, absolutely.
We share Anastasia.
Yep.
Again, like I said, she's there as far as like receipting stuff, which is pretty, that's not saying, receipting isn't hard, but again, the real estate part of it, to do supplements, abatements, all stuff, she's not done any of that. Go and do corrections, if something she get receipted wrong, she hasn't, because that stuff there is
They're one-offs.
something, yeah. So I mean, she's doing good, and she can be by herself and stuff, as far as the cars and stuff go, but like I said, she does have sometimes little issues. You know, if the printer didn't print something out, now I gotta avoid the whole thing, like I said, it's, but you know, she's getting there. But yeah, that's about it with her, and, but like I said, the lunch thing, we were talking about that, all three of us, a couple weeks ago, and we said that we could rotate, one could leave at 11:30, two would still be there, and then when the other one would come back at 12:30, and the other one can go at 12, so we'd only be like maybe once for like a half an hour by yourself. But like I said, when Major was concerned is, like I said, again, if these, again, a lot of times in the afternoon, you don't know who's gonna be here and who isn't gonna be here anymore. And I said they come to our window a lot of times and ask us stuff because they want to rent the town hall, stuff like that. We've been getting a lot more of that. You know, which we try to be helpful, but at the same time, it takes time to, you know, and if Dottie's here, I send them in to see Dottie, because her and Alicia kind of talk together a lot, so. But yeah, that is, and like I said, there's a lot of animosity going on between some of the employees and stuff. It's just because of, again, money increase, wages and all this, and I don't agree with working at home. Sorry. But I think that's about it on that stuff. But I also have no problem. I told Julie starting January 1st, I tried writing down my hours when I come in, when I go to lunch, whatever. I started doing that for about a month and a half, 2 months. And like I work out in the garden in spring, so I might take a couple of days, depending on the weather. I try to squeeze it in, just go out and weed or whatever to get it going. But again, I had told her I'd rather punch than to sit there and try to write it down. Just come in and punch every day.
Just come in and punch.
I did do that back when Maureen was working here then.
Oh my God, that's.
And I did it for a couple of months. Well, then she'd come in and they talked to the selectmen and stuff, because they were ones that just kind of want to know roughly, how do we know how many hours you're working? And so, like I said, so I did it, but after about 2 months, Maureen come in and said they decided that they didn't want me punching anymore. Again, what you could be careful of is, like I said, with her right now, and even, well, today we had escrow come in, like I said, because she's not in today.
All the escrow.
And she has those ballot things going on, so it's been hectic today. But again, that's only like a couple of months and that fizzles down again. But, yeah, I don't know.
Well, you have your job has its spikes.
Yeah.
You know, and like any job, I think it has spikes and busy times, and,
But
you
then
know,
if I
then you
get
have your
over 40,
normal.
once I get over go 45 hours, then you're gonna pay me time and a half. I'm not saying it would happen all the time, and like I said, if I come in maybe 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, I might come in 15 minutes earlier in the morning, depending, but lunch, same thing. I was right on the thing, like I said, I didn't stay longer to make it look like I'm working more. I don't do that. Like I said, I come when I go and I'll punch. I have no problem with punching if it make it easier. I don't know about all this pay stuff. When you get done, I mean, you got time. I don't know what you guys call all of it. And like I said, I really don't care. I am satisfied. I don't mind what I'm doing, and yeah, so.
Yep, okay.
That's why I decided to just keep it.
Thank you. Any other questions? No? No? Okay. Brady, I have a ask of the select board.
Okay.
So, we have received almost all of the budgets at this point. We've gone through a lot of the budgets at this point. I would like for the select board to start coming back to the budget committee with recommendations if they have changes.
Okay.
So if they feel that things should stay the same, that's fine. If they think that it should be increased or decreased or whatever, I would like to hear what the select board thinks about the budgets that they've been submitted so far, so that we can have a full picture of the recommendations.
Yeah, I'll spread the word.
So if they could come, we're not meeting next week, it's Halloween. I didn't think we needed to be here. But I would, and Judy was nice enough to come in earlier, so I would like to start going over the select board's articles and recommendations on November 7th.
Okay, perfect.
The rest of them. I think the only one we're missing now is the administrative payroll for, you know, the assessing, the secretary, and the select board themselves.
So you
So,
want us to come on the 7th with our recommendation set?
yes, as
Okay.
well.
Perfect. I will get to work on it.
So if you could let them know that, that way we can see what the select board is thinking for this as well, and any changes that they may like to incur, so. And the same with the budget committee, if you guys could, for the budgets that we have gone over and seen, you have all of the paperwork, you have spoken to all the department heads. I'd like to hear from the board as to any recommendations that you may have, and see if there's middle ground that needs to be made up, and get everybody's thoughts.
Okay.
All right?
Looking at timeline-wise.
That's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Had to do it.
Yep. And, you know, we're coming into Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, we're
And-
not meeting the week of the 5th. And I mean, I'm personally away next week. But, so I mean, I wouldn't be able to vote on anything, but that's fine. I can just let the rest of them know.
Well, you should be able to just kind of jot up your
Yeah.
recommendations and send it to them.
Are you guys meeting on the 12th? Instead of, because we're not here on the 11th, it's Veterans Day?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's
Should
on
be.
Alicia's calendar.
Yeah.
I had to go off the payroll.
Then I would say yes, we would be.
So there should
Especially since you're not meeting next week.
be 20.
Well, not next week,
And then the-
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I think everything will be back in place after the election by the 7th. Poor Judy, she might still have this room set up because she's counting ballots, I don't know.
That's okay, we can just, you know, quietly, secretly put in her recommendations.
We don't need to be clearing out because the planning board's meeting on Wednesday, so.
No, they canceled that meeting. I just know, because I don't have to film that night. So you get the whole 6th. So yeah, so if we come back on the 7th, we can review any recommendations that anybody has, whether it's the select board, the committee. That way if we have additional follow-up questions, we've given ourselves times to follow back up with the department heads and get them answered. And then we can start meeting. I am not here the week of the 18th. So we will have to decide if we have a quorum. I have to travel for work that week. So that's, and then of course the following week is Thanksgiving. And then we really set the select board, we gave them the week of the 9th and the 16th of December to put the warrant together so that we could come back together on January 2nd, because it's due to Dee Dee on January 6th. So,
On the 19th, we were supposed to have the final warrant.
right, well, the final warrant's being put together by the selectmen. So that's where we want to make sure that we have all of the final numbers so that we know what values we're putting into these warrant articles. And we want to make sure that we don't have any outstanding questions to address. And then we'll come back together. And that way we can also meet on the 12th or on the 26th if we had to, but I have to tell you, I don't know anybody that's going to want to meet the day after Christmas.
I won't be here on the 26th, and I don't think we'll have a quorum.
So,
Janet will be gone.
and Janet will be gone. So, you know,
Dave will be down in Louisiana.
with the holidays falling on a Wednesday, we could meet, but Mondays are taken. Wednesdays are somewhat taken, and really nobody wants to meet on a Friday. So, we could meet on the on Christmas Eve if we wanted to as well. I'm guessing, I'm guessing I won't have a quorum either. The same as New Year's Eve. No. So we are getting down to the wire, which is why I'm asking for the select board's recommendations of any potential changes. And then we'll go through the articles, the selectmen's articles, through the month of November and get it wrapped up. Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Any questions or concerns?
Nope.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
All in favor?